Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, The Edit, where I share all things fashion, beauty, and lifestyle, my way of course. Today I'm coming at you with a mini luxury haul. Yes, I got a couple items and I am so excited to share it with you guys. One of them was unexpected, completely unexpected, and the other one is a long-awaited wish list item. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first matter at hand is obviously my look, so let's get into that. I am wearing an H&M denim shirt jacket, which I absolutely love. It has nice weight to it, so you can definitely wear it outside without putting on a jacket if it's not too cold outside. I love that it's belted at the waist, so you could cinch it because I did get it a little bit oversized. I'm wearing a size large. I kind of wanted to get an extra large in it. And then I am wearing a pair of my favorite wide leg pants from ASOS. It's a nice khaki material and it's actually high-waisted, so I could wear a belt up top if I want to. And it's just a really perfect pair of wide leg pants that I love to wear. I'm also wearing a headband from H&M that I got over the summer last year. I'm gonna share my unexpected item first and then I'll do the wish list item. Can you see this box? It says Valentino. And before I tell you what's actually in this box, I'm gonna tell you how I ended up getting it. So I was scrolling on my Instagram one day and ended up going through Fashion Sherlock's stories. I went through her stories and I saw that she was offering the Vlogo Valentino belt at a major discount. It wasn't even the skinny belt, it was the thicker, wider belt at a price that I could not believe. I rushed and sent her a message because I was so afraid that I missed out on this deal because it was literally too good to be true. I even did a quick search to see if I could find it on my own online at that price. Nowhere. So I knew Lakeisha was where it was at. I had sent her that message. She gets back to me and tells me that she has whatever sizes. I have no idea what size I am in this. So now I had to go and figure out what size I was. I never purchased from her through her personal shopping. I always just bought through whatever she would put on her swipe ups and get it through there. But this was a little bit of a different experience, which was phenomenal, by the way. I was nervous that this was just gonna be gone before I even had a chance to figure out my size. So I tell her, please hold on a bit because I need to figure out my size. I have no idea what size I am. I'm running all over the place, getting a measuring tape, trying to measure my waist, figure out that. I even went as far as calling Farfetch to figure out how their sizing is. And they did give a really good description within their description box. So that helped a little bit. The size that they ended up saying that I would be is the size that I did end up getting, but I was still a little nervous because with Lakeisha's service you can't return, so I needed to be absolutely sure what size I was in this belt. She gets back to me and I guess she could sense the anxiety. She says, you can just go to the Valentino store and I'll hold off and wait for you. She lifted a burden off of my shoulders because I was running around like a loose chicken trying to figure this out. And so it continued. I got ready, threw on some clothes, and I headed to the Valentino store on Newbury Street in Boston so I could figure out my size. I actually called before I went and I told the person in the store that I spoke to that I needed a little help figuring out my size for the Vlogo belt, and she was delightful and more than happy to help. She gave me her name. Her name is Yasleen. When I went to the store, that is who I asked for. She was such a gem and super helpful. She gave me all the deets. She gave me extra information that I wasn't even looking for, which I as a person love because I want to know all the deets before I buy anything. So if you're from Boston, please make sure you shop with Yasleen. She is phenomenal and knows her stuff. She's been working for Valentino for years. I ultimately find out that I am a size 85. When I measured my waist was a 29-30, so I knew I'd either be a 80 cm or a 85 cm. It was just a matter of which one. But then when I was speaking to Yasleen, it really didn't matter which one I went with because there is someone in the store who could professionally add extra holes for you if need be. So either way, I would have been fine. I just wanted to make sure that it would fit if I had a coat on as well, because I also want to be able to wear it with coats because I'm trying to get the most out of my wear here. Let me open it up and show you what it looks like. This is not really an unboxing because I already opened it. This is what it looks like. It's in the dust bag here. I'll go ahead and take it out. You see it says Valentino there. Okay, so let me open it up. And voila. Look at this beauty. Now this is Valentino's new logo that they came out with last spring. So spring 2020, this is the new logo that they came out with. And I have to say I am loving it. I can't even remember what their old logo looked like, but this for sure takes the cake because it made me forget about the old one. Look at this brass plating. So beautiful. And guys, the best part about this is that it's reversible. Yep. So I can wear it as a black belt, and I could also wear it as a tan belt. The thought that Valentino put into this is absolutely genius. So sorry, so sad for those other designers that did not come up with this first, because Valentino won. They won. How did they not, you guys? You get 2 belts for the price of 1. Just genius, genius. So let me just tell you the little bit of detail that lets me know that Valentino thought this through. Clearly, they are committed to the innovation and growth of their brand. Of course, with this new logo, which they have on so many different items. They have it on the belt here. They also have it on sandals, earrings, bags. I can't remember what else, but they are doing the thing. And I can tell with all the details on this belt. Also, when I spoke to Yasleen from there, she was saying how the belt has improved as time has gone on. They added more details just to make it better for the consumer. This is it here on the black side. And what I love is that they have 2 different color belt loops. When you wear it on the black side, you have this black loop. And then when you wear it on the tan side, you have this tan loop. And I have seen photos where people have worn it where you see the other color that doesn't match, and I didn't like that. So I'm really happy that this is an option. The way that you change it to the other side is with this one hole here. I thought it'd be way more complicated, but it's literally just one hole. So I'm gonna show you guys right now. So it comes out there. I just flip it, slide it right in. Sorry. Slide it right into the hole, and voila, you have the tan side. So let me just go ahead. I wore this just so I could show you guys. I'm gonna take this off and put this on. I would take off the belt loop, but I'm just showing it to you guys. If I were actually going out, I would put the tan belt loop on here and leave out the black one. I'm struggling because of my nails. Anyone who doesn't have nails, they'll be fine. So let me just show you. This is it on, and you can see the excess is sticking out here, and that's exactly what that belt loop is for. Which is again genius, because once you're wearing it one way and you decide to flip it the other way, the leather bends to that direction. So you definitely want this belt loop to help hold that down, and that's exactly what it does. Look at that, you guys. Perfection, right? Let me show you another way that I've seen it worn that I thought was so cool. So I was sticking it into that hole right there. If you want to get a little funky with it, you could do that. And this is definitely right up my alley. Perfection, right? Actually, this is something that I know I'm going to wear till the end of time, period. Especially because it's reversible. I actually really want the gold version. There's a gold one that's like a grainy leather, And the buckle is just a little bit more metallic than this and has some texture to it. I'll definitely put up a picture so you could see. But again, I lucked out with this one and got it at a really good price from Fashion Sherlock. And I have no idea if the same thing will happen for that other belt, but a girl could dream, right? If you're interested in this, I would definitely recommend that you go into the store and try your size. Even though I measured my waist, I really wanted to be absolutely sure before I went ahead and purchased. Also, if you're between sizes and not sure what size to get, don't really be too scared about getting either size because you can always add an extra hole. So if I had gotten the 80, which was the other size I was considering, I would have been just fine because I could have just gone back to Valentino and added a hole in the belt. The other thing I want to add is that you can still definitely go to Valentino and get that extra hole even if you didn't buy the belt from their store. So I got it from Fashion Sherlock. There's so many other sites that are selling the belt. You can still go into your local Valentino when it comes in and get that extra hole. I also styled this in a reel that I'm sure will be up by the time you watch this video on Instagram. So definitely go check that out so you can see the different variations and see how I style both sides. Because I think it's also good for you to see the different ways that you could wear it. So make sure you check that out on Instagram. So now for my wish list item. You guys, aren't these amazing? These are just way too fly. And they had been on my wish list for a good while. Probably ever since they came out, actually. These came out in 2018 and we are now in 2021, and this is when I finally got my hands on them. And I got these for a steal. I thought my Fendi boots were a steal. Nope. These right here, hands down, a steal. I ended up finding these on Vestiaire Collective, but I saw them on so many other places. Remember when I told you guys in my video on how to buy designer for less, how Vestiaire always has items at a lesser price than any other resale site? These are one of the items I was referring to. This boot is $2,000, $2,500 on Poshmark right now. And guess what I got them for? I got them for $402, you guys. I saw this a few times and missed out on it. And I also mentioned that in one of my videos because this is one of the items that for sure I kept my mouth shut on. I did not want a soul getting their hands on these before I did. They popped up first on Vestiaire, actually. I saw that someone had purchased a 39.5 for like $500. And I'm like, okay, I'll just keep an eye out. Then I ended up seeing a size 40 show up because size 40 is typically what I wear in boots because I always size up. I'm going to pop up everything I'm saying just so I can give you guys the receipt so you could really see the process on how to get designer for less, because that's what we're all about here, getting a deal. I saw it for $700 and something and it sold. My heart was crushed. I was completely dismayed at the fact that it sold. But I'm like, you know what? It'll show up again. I'm just gonna have to be patient. So I search again and one shows up on eBay. I actually can't remember. I think on eBay it was going for $900. And I'm like, man, it's going for more than the one that sold on Vestiaire. I really don't wanna go for that. And remember, the very first pair that I saw sell on Vestiaire sold for $500. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna wait on it and maybe I'll put in an offer, which for sure wasn't gonna be what they had already sold for. So now the eBay ones end up selling and I'm crushed again because it was really, really hard to find this size. A lot of them pop up, but they're always in tiny, tiny sizes, like a 35, 34, which is nowhere near my size. And one of the ones that were selling said that they run really small. So I knew that I needed to make sure I sized up. One night, randomly, you guys, just did a quick search to see if this is out there. It pops up on Vestiaire, my size. I literally gasped at the price. I gasped. I actually can't remember the original price because the price that I got it for is stuck in my head. But I want to say it was on Vestiaire for $500, I want to say, or $450 maybe. I don't know. I'll definitely put it up. I saw it on there and I'm like, oh no. I have got to put an offer on this because this is the cheapest I have seen this. I'm gonna have to put in an offer. I go ahead, communicate with the seller. They're obviously overseas because Vestiaire deals with a lot of overseas consumers. I think they were in France. Send them a message. They respond right back to me. I had some questions about the overall condition of the shoe, and I also wanted to know if they had the box because I didn't see any pictures of the box. And I love getting the box with any designer items that I get. They said they didn't have the box, and I was kind of bummed, but I'm like, it still doesn't beat the price that it is right now. So finally, when I get all my questions out the way, I go for it and I put in an offer. I put in an offer, and I think they did a counter offer, but I also countered that and scored these for $402, you guys. That's unheard of. I'm gonna put up some screenshots right now of the exact boot that is going for upwards of $2,000 and more on Poshmark and on other sites. I guarantee you, you will not find these anywhere right now for the price that I got them for. The only way you're gonna find this is if you just keep scouring the resale markets like I did with Vestiaire. Love, love, love these. These are called the Gucci Fosca boot. They come in this cream off-white color, and they also come in black. This to me is the better color because I feel like the design and the embroidery pops a little more than it would on the black. So I definitely wanted to go with this. And I'm gonna come closer so you can see. And these are gold studs that have gems inserted in some of them. And of course you see this embroidered flower here. And I'm also gonna show you the inside, this beautiful floral pattern. So needless to say, this is a really nice transitional piece for the season that we're in right now. And if you remember, there's a quote that I had on one of my hauls where I said I was waiting for a particular boot. This is the boot I was talking about. I knew I was gonna get it, and this is it. It is way more comfortable than what it looks like. I was super nervous about it not being comfortable because I never got anything from Gucci as far as footwear goes. As far as heels go, I have flats, but I never got heels. When you look at this, it's a little intimidating, but I'm happy to report that they are very, very comfortable and easy to walk in. The only downfall that I would say with this, it is the most difficult boot to take off your foot once you have it on. You almost feel like you're trapped. And I'm like, Gucci is way too big of a brand to be making such a rookie mistake. This boot absolutely needed to have a zipper. I just don't even understand. Like, did they not have anyone try on this boot before they put it on the market? I don't get it. The first person that wore this boot that made it really catch my eye was, of course, Tracee Ellis Ross. I mean, do I really need to even say any more? She is definitely a fashion icon within her own right. I saw these on her and I was like, wow, this is a really beautiful boot. And if you remember what I said from one of my videos, I think it was my designer shoe collection, I love a dainty shoe, but I also love a shoe that has edge. I like to curate a designer shoe collection that has fun pieces, but also pieces that are out of the ordinary. And this is definitely a funky, fun shoe. I just think of like Sex and the City when I think about this boot because it has so much character. I like to express myself through fashion, and this is definitely a shoe that expresses who I am as a person because I do feel like I have a fun and bubbly personality. So this shoe is perfect. It's perfect, you guys. I absolutely love it. And it has pink soles on the bottom. The one thing I will say, I'm probably going to contact Vestiaire because I see that one of the rhinestones came off and the boot didn't 100% fit in the box. They kind of like squished it in the box. So I'm going to contact them and see what they say about it. I'm definitely going to do that because when you're buying designer, you just always, even if it's resale, you still want to make sure you're getting something that's completely intact. And there was no mention of a rhinestone that was missing. It could have very well come off with the way that they packaged it. So just a little tip for you there. Tell me if you guys love them. I want to know if you're loving them as much as I am. So that is all for today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification down below so that you do not miss any of my videos. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at thecassanedit, and I will see you guys here next time. Bye y'all.